Well everyone, welcome back to Monkey Business. I'm Nick, aka Dad.
I'm Addie, aka the Monkey.
And this week we wanted to show you a cool product a customer of mine gave me when I first got the Bronco.
Yes.
It's actually from a company called Desert Does It. We'll put a link down below for you guys to see that, but they're called their seat jackers. Yes. Now they've made parts for Jeeps for a while now, and wanted to show you this because they came out with a few things for the Bronco. They've got some molly panels and things like that, but what these are is aluminum plates. Now I've got two of them here.
Yeah.
And they're both numbered 1 and 2. Now what'll happen is if you use just number 1, it gives you 3/8 of an inch rise on the front of the seat. And then if you stack them both together like I have here, it'll give you 3/4 of an inch rise just in the front. So what that'll give you is a little bit more flexibility to get the front of that seat raised up. Yeah. So when you're using the power seat, if you have the power seat, it gives you a little bit more pressure against the back of your legs.
Yes.
But if you have the manual seat, it gives you again a little bit of adjustability because you don't have the ability to tilt the front and the back like the power seats do. So again, just some more adjustability. So we're going to put these in. You get the 2 plates, which will give you a total of 3/4 of an inch.
Yes.
Let me get you what else you get. You also have 2 new bolts because we're just doing the driver's side.
Yeah.
So you'll get 2 new bolts that'll go in the front, as well as we're going to show you how to install it and give you a kind of a review. Another thing that does come in handy that we bought is we have this trim tool kit. This is by Noor. We'll put a link down below. We got this on Amazon.
Yes.
It's got tons of trim tools in here that you can use to get off the plastic trim, and does come in handy on this, which we'll show you here in just a little bit. So stick around, here we go.
Let's get started.
All right, well, Monk wants to do the install on this one, but I just wanted to kind of show you a little bit. So we've got the 2 plates. I'm going for the full 3/4 inch rise on the front. You put the 2 together, and what it'll look like is when you're done, they give you another, let me see if I can zoom in on that. There you go. So it'll give you the 2 plates then, which you've got here. They'll give you this flange bolt too that goes in. Now one thing I found out is that these are aluminum blocks. They're totally powder coated, so the threads get powder coat in them. So you're going to want to put in that screw a few times and kind of ream out that powder coat just to make it a little bit easier, and then get it all the way down until it's nice and flush. Now I've already started doing some work here for Monk to get going. I've taken these front plates off that cover up the holes, and the nice trim tool kit that we used came out of our kit. Looks just like this. Super easy to get out, but you'll undo the bolts, which are actually a 13mm bolt that Ford uses, and then the ones that Desert Does It gives you are 15mm. So you'll use a different bracket or a different socket for those. Don't forget to also loosen your back bolts as well, which will be the 13mm. Makes it a little bit easier to raise this up and give you some adjustability to get it back into the spot it needs to be. Another thing to be aware of underneath here, let's see if I can get this pulled up. You see that pin there? That is one thing that you need to get those back bolts undone, because that is a little tricky to get back through your plates here. Just gonna need some adjustability to get that in. So just remember to make sure that pin is all the way through, so when you tighten these down, you don't think it's down and then later find out it's not. So Monk and I will get to moving on this here, show you how to install it.
Yay!
All right, so just to be sure I got all this for everybody, 2 plates, one with the number 1 on it. Let me get out of the way so you can see that. And then the other one has a number 2 on it. So what you're going to do is, if you're going to put both these plates together, the 1 goes on the bottom, number 2 goes on top, okay? And then that bolt goes through. You've got a little recessed hole that goes right in. You screw that down, and this, if I remember right, was a 4mm hex. So this will go straight down in, and like I said, you're gonna want to ream out that hole. I mean, I don't want to say ream out, but you're gonna want to put that bolt in a few times just to get out the powder coat. Make sure this is nice and tight, which pretty easy to do. Make sure they're lined up real well. But yeah, number 2 goes on top, and this hole back here is for that guide pin I'd showed you earlier. That goes through there, and then this is what your main seat bolt will go through. So when you look at it, there actually is a taper from this end to this end, so it gets a little thinner as it goes back, so that gives you that rise. So we'll get Monk to install these now. All right, so Monk's got her 15 millimeter on our ratchet. One thing, do not forget on these, and it even tells you in instructions, don't forget to use blue Loctite on these. So we're going to put blue Loctite on both, and we've already got everything lined up. You can see right here, once we get it screwed down, we've got a pretty good gap. Now I can get my actual finger up and in here, which this was sitting flush on the floor. Now it's raised up, puts the seat more at an angle, which I'm basically showing you this at level, and I already have it angled all the way up just to begin with. But yeah, we'll put blue Loctite on these bolts. We'll get these threaded in. Go ahead. Okay, let's get the other one.
Maybe. There we go.
Okay. Now, also, everyone, these bolts, torque spec 27 foot-pounds is what torque spec is on these. Now we just need to put the plates back on. They are, for certain spots, obviously we kept ours separated, so you'll be able to notice when you put these back on, they do have some tabs on here, which sometimes make it easy to get them out. Sometimes makes it a pain to get them out or even put them back in. That one went back in pretty easily. And you've got this ridge, kind of tells you which way it goes in. That one's clipped back in. Now we can move this forward so you can get to those back bolts, and we'll show you what this looks like once it's all in. We need to switch over to our 13 millimeter for the back ones. All right, so here's the back ones. Addie's gonna bolt these back down or cinch them back down. I'm assuming these are 27 foot-pounds as well, but I'm sure you might want to check what Ford says on these. But I didn't have to let them out too much. I mean, you don't have to take them all the way out, just loosen them. I think I loosened them probably by about 5 to 10 threads. So let's get Addie in here to bolt these all the way back in. All right, so now those are bolted in. Was that easy?
Yeah.
All right, so now we'll put our seat kind of back into the position I had it in.
Yeah.
And again, that is all the way up as far as the angle goes, but you can see already how much gap I have here now. I mean, I can get my fingers up in there. So it's sitting up, gives you more pressure on your legs here, because I always thought it only came up so far, and I'm only 5'10", and it really didn't give you a bunch of support. There was still a pretty good gap against the back of my legs. So now with this, should give me more support. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully this has been an informational video on how to install it. We've been driving it around a while now, yeah, with everything done to it, and I really do like it. Obviously Addie can't say much about it because she's not a driver yet. No. But it does give me a lot more support. I find that I've got it all the way inclined as much as I can on the front, and I do like to sit closer to the steering wheel to have more control of the steering wheel, and that just one of those things that I like. But that extra support makes for even the short commute to work more comfortable. Just all that support pressing against your legs. So
Yeah.
it is a nice feature. So Desert Does It is what they are. Seat jackers are what they are the name of them.
Yes.
And what they'll do is just make your ride more comfortable for everyday driving, or if you're doing a lot of off-roading, it definitely keeps you planted in the seat. Also, we did put a link down below for our trim kit that we found on Amazon. Help you find it a lot quicker. And then also, don't forget, we do have Monkey Business hats still. Addie's sporting the gray and black. I've got the green and tan on, and we do have shirts kind of in the same color that Addie's wearing, the gray shirt with the black logo. So if you'd like a shirt or a hat, let me know. Hats are $20, and t-shirts I believe are around $18 if I remember right. So we'll get those out for you guys. But yeah, let us know. Contact us through the video if you want one. But we appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. It should be right over in here. And hey, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to subscribe to us. It should be right over here. We appreciate you guys watching. Hit that thumbs up for us if you like the video, and leave us a comment. We always love to see you guys out there. So thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching, and just have a blessed day.